You spent thousands on your dream kitchen, and you might already regret it. These 10 popular features look amazing in showrooms and photos, but once real life moves in, they become your biggest daily headaches. Stay until number 1. It's the most expensive mistake to fix once everything is already built. Many of the most popular kitchen choices homeowners are making right now in 2026 are exactly the ones they regret 2 years later. We're counting down all 10 and showing you what to do instead, starting with the features that are quietly stealing your time every single day. Open shelving, a feature that graces countless design magazines, often brings an unexpected reality into daily life. The promise is simplicity and style, dishes on display, easy access, a kitchen that feels open and inviting. Yet for many, the day-to-day experience is far from effortless. Shelves without doors collect dust, airborne grease, and crumbs at a rate that surprises even seasoned homeowners. According to a national kitchen study, homes with open shelving require surface cleaning more than twice as often as those with traditional cabinets. That means 5 to 10 minutes of wiping every single day, plus a deeper clean at least once a week to tackle sticky buildup and hidden dust. Jessica Hart, a certified kitchen designer, has seen the pattern repeat. Open shelving sells the lifestyle, not the maintenance reality. For mature homeowners, especially those over 55, the extra cleaning isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a daily drain on energy. When shelves are installed too close to the stove, the problem compounds. Sticky residue builds up quickly, and in humid climates, mold can take hold. The National Kitchen and Bath Association recommends at least 42 inches of clearance above counters, and no less than 18 inches above the stove to reduce mess and fire risk. Even with perfect spacing, open shelves attract more airborne particles than closed cabinets ever will. Solutions exist for those already living with open shelving. Swapping out the most used shelves for glass front cabinets can cut cleaning time nearly in half, and prefab glass doors are available for under $300. Acrylic panels or a hybrid layout, reserving open shelves for decorative or rarely used items, also help. Even a portable air purifier near the cooking area can reduce airborne grease and dust. The key is balancing the look with a routine that fits real life. For anyone planning a remodel, a modest investment up front can save hours of cleaning and frustration every week. Pot fillers get a lot of attention in kitchen showrooms, promising a touch of luxury and a break for your back. The idea is simple: swing the faucet over, fill a heavy pot right on the stove, and skip the trek from sink to burner. But what the brochures rarely mention is what happens when the plumbing behind that shiny fixture goes wrong. In real homes, especially those built before 2000, pot fillers can turn into a hidden hazard. The most common problem is a slow leak at the valve. It often starts small, just a drip onto the counter or behind a cabinet. But left unchecked, that drip can soak wood, warp drawers, and even invite mold. Fixing the aftermath isn't cheap. Plumbers report that the average repair invoice for a leaking pot filler runs about $1,450. That covers labor, a new valve, and drying out the cabinet base. And if the leak seeps into the floor, the costs climb even higher, sometimes triggering insurance battles over what is considered a luxury add-on versus basic plumbing. Michael Torres, a certified plumber who has seen his share of kitchen disasters, puts it plainly. For the 55+ segment, the ergonomic gain is real, but the long-term maintenance risk is often overlooked. A simple O-ring replacement can prevent a $2,000 disaster. The catch is, most homeowners don't notice a worn O-ring until water starts pooling under the stove. Regular inspection, just a quick check for mineral buildup or a stiff handle, can catch trouble early. Annual professional flushing, which costs around $120 to $200, helps keep the valve clear and the risk low. If you already have a pot filler, don't panic. The best defense is a yearly maintenance routine and a habit of turning off the shutoff valve when it's not in use. For anyone planning a remodel, consider whether a larger sink or a high-flow faucet might give you the same convenience with less risk. The promise of convenience is real, but so is the potential for a costly surprise. Knowing what to ask your plumber and budgeting for routine checks can keep your kitchen both beautiful and dry. Overrange microwaves are everywhere in new kitchens, promising a tidy 2-for-1. Microwave and vent hood in one compact package. But here's the real pain point. These micro hoods simply don't move enough air to keep up with modern cooking. Most are rated at 100 to 150 cubic feet per minute, but the industry standard set by ASHRAE and building codes calls for at least 100 CFM for every 10,000 BTUs of stove power. That means if you have a 30,000 BTU gas range, you actually need a 300 CFM hood just to keep up with steam, smoke, and airborne grease. Dr. Anita Patel, a senior engineer with ASHRAE, puts it plainly. If you're cooking on a high wattage gas range, the Overrange microwave's fan is a band-aid. Proper hood sizing is non-negotiable for health and kitchen longevity. In real kitchens, that shortfall shows up as sticky film on cabinets, lingering odors, and walls that need scrubbing far more often than you'd expect. Homeowners report that after just a few months, the backsplash and upper cabinets start to collect a greasy haze, even with regular filter changes. If you find yourself wiping the walls more than once a week, weak ventilation is often the culprit. The problem isn't just about cleaning. Inadequate airflow means fine particles and moisture hang around longer, which can aggravate respiratory issues, especially for older adults. The Department of Energy's latest survey found that Overrange units account for 1/4 of all kitchen ventilation failures, mostly because the built-in fans are undersized for real-world cooking. If replacing the microwave isn't in your budget, there are still practical fixes. Make sure you're running the fan every time you cook, and leave it on for at least 10 minutes after finishing. Clean or replace the vent filter every 2 to 3 months. Most people wait too long. For a bigger upgrade, a 300 CFM ducted hood usually costs between $1,200 and $2,000 installed. But that investment pays off in less scrubbing, better air, and longer-lasting cabinets. Even a portable air purifier can help a little if you're stuck with a recirculating fan. The key takeaway: don't underestimate ventilation. It's the quiet workhorse that keeps your kitchen and your lungs healthy. High-gloss countertops and all-white surfaces look dazzling under showroom lights, but the reality is far less forgiving once you start living in the space. Every fingerprint, water spot, and crumb stands out against a glossy finish. Laura Kim, a stone fabrication specialist, puts it simply: dark gloss is a photographer's dream, but for a homeowner, the maintenance cost is hidden in the daily cleaning ritual. Homeowners report spending 5 to 7 minutes each week just polishing out streaks on glossy counters, not to mention the daily spot cleaning every time someone sets down a mug or misses a splash. If you've ever felt like your kitchen is never truly clean, you're not alone. Because over half of surveyed homeowners say they clean these surfaces more often than they ever expected. All white kitchens, especially those with cool toned finishes, create a similar headache. Samantha Ortiz, an interior designer, sees this play out all the time. All white looks immaculate on a photo, but in a household with grandchildren, it becomes a cleanliness treadmill. Every drop of coffee, every bit of dust, every accidental scuff, nothing hides. Even the lighting can make things worse. Cool LEDs, over 4,000 Kelvin, make smudges and stains pop, while a warmer bulb in the 2,700 to 3,000 Kelvin range softens the glare and helps disguise minor marks. If you're living with glossy or all-white finishes, there are ways to make life easier. A matte protective coating can reduce visible streaks and micro scratches. DIY kits usually run under $150. Swapping in warm-tone LED bulbs is a quick fix that costs just a few dollars, but makes a big difference in how clean your kitchen feels. For persistent smudges, microfiber cloths and a mild streak-free cleaner are your best friends. And if a full remodel isn't in the cards, adding a runner or a few wood or stone accents can break up the glare and create a more forgiving look. The goal isn't to chase perfection, but to create a kitchen that works for you day in and day out, no matter what the camera sees. Handle-free cabinets promise a crisp, modern look. No knobs, no pulls, just a wall of seamless panels. But the reality behind that sleek surface is a daily test of patience, especially as the years go by. Every push to open latch relies on a hidden spring and catch. When those are brand new, even a gentle tap pops the door open. But after a couple years of real use, greasy hands, sticky splatters, and the occasional overstuffed drawer, the mechanism can stiffen or misalign. Suddenly, what once needed a light touch now demands a firmer shove. For anyone with arthritis or reduced grip strength, that extra effort is more than a nuisance. The Americans with Disabilities Act sets a 5-pound maximum for the force needed to open accessible cabinets, and many push-to-open systems creep up toward that limit as they age. Megan Liu, a cabinetry engineer who spent years troubleshooting these headaches, puts it plainly: the aesthetic is alluring, but the mechanical reliability declines with age and wear. For mature homeowners, a simple pull is a long-term peace of mind. She's seen too many homeowners call in a repair pro for what starts as a sticky latch. The typical service call runs between $120 and $250, and that's just for 1 or 2 cabinets. Sometimes, a $10 can of silicone spray will buy another year of smooth operation, but not always. If the spring inside the latch wears out, a full replacement is often the only fix. There are practical ways to work with handle-free cabinets if you already have them. Start by cleaning the surfaces regularly. Grease buildup is the #1 culprit behind sticky action. A quick annual tune-up with silicone spray on the latches can keep things moving. If a latch still feels stiff, check the alignment. Even a slight shift can throw off the mechanism. For ongoing frustration, consider retrofitting the most used drawers with low-profile pulls. Hardware kits start around $300 and can be installed without a full cabinet overhaul. The bottom line: minimalist style shouldn't require maximum effort. A kitchen should work just as smoothly on day 1000 as it did on day 1. Open-plan kitchens promise a sense of freedom, cooking, dining, and living all flowing together with no walls in sight. But when you actually live with this design, the constant spill of sound and clutter quickly becomes hard to ignore. The hum of the fridge, the clatter of pans, the sizzle from the stove. Every noise travels straight into your living space. Acoustic studies show that during a typical dinner prep, sound pressure levels in open kitchens reach 68 decibels compared to 55 decibels in a layout with a partial wall. That's the difference between a quiet conversation and a busy office. After a couple of hours, even the most social households start to feel the fatigue. Visual clutter adds another layer. Without a break between kitchen and living areas, every pot, dish, and stray utensil is always in view. For anyone who values a calm space, the kitchen's daily mess becomes a constant presence. Homeowners report spending 30 to 45 minutes each week cleaning not just the kitchen, but the entire open area, just to keep up appearances. In contrast, a simple barrier, like a half wall or sliding glass panel, can cut that cleaning time down to 20 or 25 minutes per week. It's not just about time, it's about mental load. When the kitchen never disappears, neither does the feeling that there's always something left to tidy. Thomas Reynolds, an architectural acoustics consultant, puts it this way: open-plan kitchens are a social triumph, but for the 55-plus market, you need a visual or acoustic buffer. Otherwise, you're trading one stressful environment for another. If your home already has a fully open kitchen, there are fixes that don't require a full remodel. Adding a decorative rail, a bookshelf, or even a tall plant can create a soft visual break. For noise, fabric panels or a strategically placed rug help absorb sound. Sliding panels or glass dividers, while a bigger investment, offer a real reduction in both noise and cleaning time. The goal isn't to close off your kitchen, but to give yourself the option to turn down the volume, both visually and acoustically, when you need a break. That small change can make your entire living space feel calmer, quieter, and more welcoming, no matter how many people are gathered around the table. Double islands look impressive in magazines, but in real kitchens, they're a recipe for frustration. The main problem is traffic flow. When 2 islands are squeezed into a space that's just a bit too small, you end up with narrow walkways and constant bottlenecks. The National Kitchen and Bath Association recommends at least 42 inches of clearance between any two counters or islands. Anything less, and it's a collision course every time someone opens a drawer or carries a hot dish. Ruth Caldwell, a seasoned kitchen planner, has seen it firsthand. Two islands look impressive, but unless you have a 20 by 15 foot kitchen, you'll end up with a traffic jam that's worse than any social benefit. Besides the daily dance around tight corners, each extra island adds about 10 minutes of cleaning every week. More surfaces mean more crumbs, more fingerprints, and more places for dust and grease to settle. If your kitchen already has double islands and you're feeling the squeeze, there are fixes. Sometimes rearranging stools or using one island as a dedicated prep zone and the other for serving can ease the flow. For those planning a remodel, consider whether a single larger island or a peninsula would actually serve your needs better. The goal isn't just to impress guests, it's to make your kitchen comfortable and easy to use every day. Kitchen. Ventilation often goes unnoticed until its absence becomes impossible to ignore. Steam clings to the ceiling, cooking odors linger for hours, and a sticky residue settles on countertops and cabinets. Dr. Luis Mendoza, a respiratory health specialist, sees the impact firsthand. Inadequate airflow means fine particles and moisture hang in the air, aggravating allergies and sensitive lungs. Even a slightly underpowered hood can lead to more coughing and irritation, especially after big meals or heavy cleaning. Most homes rely on fans that fall short of the industry standard, 100 CFM for every 10,000 BTUS, leaving families to wipe surfaces for 5 to 10 minutes each day. About 20% of homeowners over 55 report daily frustration with kitchen odors, nearly always due to weak ventilation. Upgrading to a 400 CFM hood costs around $1,400 installed, but even small changes help. Cleaning filters, running the fan longer, or opening a window. Good ventilation isn't just about comfort, it's a quiet investment in health and a fresher home. Insufficient storage stands as the leading source of kitchen regret, shaping daily routines and long-term satisfaction. The National Kitchen and Bath Association reports a 15% increase in kitchen stress when storage falls short, a burden that grows more pronounced with age. For homeowners over 55, accessible storage becomes the deciding factor between comfort and frustration. Over 70% in this group say that well-placed storage is what makes a kitchen truly functional. The consequences are immediate: cluttered counters, longer cleaning times, and a space that never feels settled. Solving the storage crisis doesn't always require a full remodel. 2 deep pull-out drawers, costing between $200 and $500, can turn a cluttered base cabinet into an organized home for pots and pantry staples. A floor-to-ceiling pantry wall, typically $2,000 to $3,500, reclaims valuable counter space and calms visual chaos. Even small changes, like a slim pull-out kit or stackable bins, can make a difference for under $100. James Patel, a senior designer, captures the stakes. Storage isn't a luxury, it's a functional necessity that protects both the kitchen's aesthetics and the homeowner's peace of mind. Every regret on this list proves one thing: real kitchens need to serve real life, not showroom fantasy. Designers see it every day. Practical fixes, not costly overhauls, make the biggest difference. Today, the smartest choices put daily comfort and ease first, no matter your budget. So, which feature is in your kitchen or on your never list? Drop your answer below, save this video for your remodel, and remember to like and subscribe.